Okay, one last example hit three moment equation. Find the moment at point B. Okay. So kung nga cantilever nga ni, usually nag-extend kita ito ng imaginary beam. Parang na-extend kita nga dito. Okay, tapos this will be your M1 or point 1. This is your M2 or point 2. Adi naman na mo M3. This distance is your L1. This distance is your L2. Take note L2 and M3. Adi kasi diyan imo M3, di ba? Tapos adi diyan imo M2. M2 ang ginbibilinghan problem. Tapos adi diyan imo M1. M3 and L1 are imaginary. Okay? Let's write the three-moment equation. M1, L1 plus 2M2, L1 plus L2 plus M3, L2 plus 6AA bar over L1 plus 6AB bar over L2. And this is equal to 6EI over H1 over L1 plus since didi kita. H1 is the difference in elevation between point 1 and point 2. So if point 1 and point 2 is maadahit support, diri hiya ma-deflect, di ba? So when you draw the elastic curve, the difference between the two will be equal to 0. An H1 iton, di ba? O balik kita nga di. Support, di ba? M1, point 1. Adi support gihap. Imo ani drawing elastic curve, mag-deflect na nga ni hiya. Iya position diri mag-change. So ibig sabihin the difference in elevation between this point and this point, didahan elastic curve will also be 0. That's why imo H1 is 0. This is 0, ha? And since M3, ini nga point, ini nga span is also imaginary. So ibig sabihin the difference between the elevation of this point, of point 2 and point 3 is also imaginary. That's also 0. This is also 0. So technically, this is 0, tanan. Diba? I'm pa 0. L2 is also 0. Kaya imaginary la. I'm pa. Adi, 0 gihap. Adi nga L ha. Ada lang nga L is 0. Oh. Let's rewrite kung ano may bibilin. M1. What's the moment for M1? Hinge.
0.
0. 2M2 L1 plus 6AA bar over L1 equal to 0. O, adi nalatat kukuhaon, masusolve na naton. Okay, isolate ko it L1. Masuga delete L1. Ano ang span niya? Wala ko pag in-identify, ano? Let's say 5 meters. Oh, what's the value of 6AA1 over L1? Integrate dayon. Integral of 5x 5 squared minus x squared all over 5 from 0 to 5. Oh. So, may ka na. 625 over 4. 625 over 4. Andiliga. This will be 2M2. L1 is 5 plus 625 over 4. This is equal to 0. M2 will be equal to negative 625 all over 4 times 5 times 2. Pero, 625 divide 5.
Negative
125 divide 2
15.625.
divide 4. Siya na, 625. This is in kilonewton meter. Ano ibig sabihin negative? Makakuha ka ng negative. Is it counterclockwise? Counterclockwise. Nasugat counterclockwise. Is it counterclockwise or clockwise? Okay, the answer again, depende. Depende. Basta it negative, depende kasi, di ba? Okay. Parang litan din nga point B. Kung ang span na mo gikitaan, moment, if the moment is negative, ha? If the moment is negative. If M is negative. Okay. If M is negative, didiha L1. Adi kita yan nga span. L1 niya is 2 meters. Didiha L1, if negative it moment, it iheton direction will masugad. Okay? Tapos pagka diha L2, iti itong direction is masugad. Anot conclusion itong dida? It moment nga mag-curve it beam pasugad, negative iton nga moment. It moment nga mag-curve it beam pasugad, positive iton nga moment. Okay? Example, may ka beam din hi. What is this moment? Ano niya nga moment? Is this positive or negative? Ini nga moment. Okay. So this moment right here, ini nga moment, kuan dito niya, positive. Because if you draw the elastic curve of the beam, masugad dito niya nga dito. Diba? Okay? So ini kay negative man, pag imo gin drawing didi, siya na negative na takabutang, di ba? Nasugad talaga negative. Kasi it pag curve iton in reference to this tawagin ito, to this span, to this beam, to this portion of the beam. It pag curve masugad nga dito. Okay? Although kung imo nga ni drawing di ba? Nasugad man itiya. Nasugad ito elastic curve, nasugad. Tas masugad ito yung wala. Sugad. Okay? Parang diri ning pinikita pero nasugad ito net pag curve nga dito. Okay? As it negative it result. Any question?